In the book that I wrote is the 15 Laws of Growth. And I would like to give you 2 of them and apply them to you and myself spiritually. And law number 1 is the law of consistency. And the law of consistency says motivation gets you going, discipline keeps you growing. In other words, we get started by being motivated, but if we're going to achieve, it's not the spurt, it's not the start, it's the process. And motivation gets us going, but discipline keeps us growing. We have to be more than just motivated. Now, when I think about motivation getting us going, I'm thinking of the fact, here we are, it's the first weekend of the new year, and we are here in perfect attendance, on a very spiritual high over that. And we're kind of excited. And what do? At the first of the year, we make New Year's resolutions. How many of you made New Year's resolution for this year? How many of you made at least one? Oh, many of you did. How about the other campuses? Raise your hand if you made New Year's resolutions. Okay. We get motivated about it. We got this fresh year. We got a new start, and this is a brand new sheet of paper, clean sheet. Here I go. So motivation gets us going. That's January. And then February comes, They say that it takes 17 days to forget the resolution that we make in the first of the year. So by January the 17th, we're kind of worthless again. You follow what I'm saying? We were good for a couple weeks. Well, what's that? That's the spurt. That's the motivation. And this principle, the law of consistency says that you really get good, not by being good just in a spurt or in a start, but you really get good by being consistent. Now, when you think of consistency as a law of growth, it's not really an exciting law, is it? I mean, you say, John, you had 15, why did you pick that? I think of the 15 laws, it's the most important law. I know in my life, because I've lived these laws and practiced these laws since 1974, I know in my law, the law of consistency would be number 1. If there is any success that I've had, I can promise you it goes to the fact that as a young man, I understood the value of process and day in and day out being consistent. I got to thinking about the other day. Since 1967, I've been speaking. In fact, I was kind of curious. Malcolm Gladwell talked about the fact that if you really want to be good at something, you have to do it 10,000 times. And I thought, man, that's kind of a high number, it's kind of discouraging, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to be good at that. Well, do it 10,000 times and you can get good at it. And I began to think, I wonder how many times I've spoken. And so I went back and I just took a little time, and I figured I've spoken over 12,000 times. And so people say, John, you sit on a stool and you stick a cough drop in your mouth and you drink water and you just kind of relax and you're just talking to me. How can you be that way? Are you nervous? No, I'm not nervous. I don't get nervous when I speak. But I've done it 12,000 times. Kind of takes the magic out, doesn't it? You just kind of, when you think 12,000, if you can't get relaxed doing something after 12,000 times, it's not your gift. I don't know what your gift is, but if you do it 12,000 times and you're not any good at it after what? Hello. I'm kind of boring. I really am. I just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. It's called the law of consistency. Now, you've heard me teach this, so I'm going to take a 1-minute review. I don't need to take a long time, but you've heard me teach the rule of 5. You remember the rule of 5? Let me just help you, because I'm going to teach you the rule of 5 spiritually. That's the meat of the lesson tonight. The rule of 5 says if I have a tree in my backyard that I want to cut down, and if I have an axe, if I go out every day and I take that axe and I swing 5 times at the tree, that's where you get the rule of 5. I swing 5 times at the tree and then put the axe down. Are you with me? And the next day I pick up the axe, I swing 5 times, put the axe down. Next day, swing 5 times, put the axe down. Next day, swing 5 times, put the axe down. In other words, every day I'm swinging 5 times, just 5, not 50, not 500, not 555, 5 times, just 5 swings every day. The rule of 5 says, if you do that every day, 5 times, just 5 times every day, eventually what's going to happen to that tree? Talk to me. It's going to fall. Now, it's not a question, is it going to fall? We don't need to have a debate on it. You don't have to say, oh my gosh, I don't think, John, that could ever fall. I mean, no. If you swing just 5 times, eventually the tree will fall. Now, if it's a big tree, it'll take a while, maybe take a year, maybe take 2 years, maybe take 10 years. I don't know. But here's what we know. If you do it every day, and what we know about every day is every day works. Some day doesn't. Because I hear a lot of people doing the someday stuff. Well, you know, someday, somewhere under the rainbow. Someplace, sometime. Doesn't work. Yesterday doesn't work. You see, the key to the rule of 5 is every day. And by the way, how many times did he swing the axe at the tree? Talk to me. 5 times, not 50 times. Just 5 times. Oh my goodness. That's not how we do it. We start the new year out and we want to get that tree down. We get that axe out there and we don't swing 5 times. We don't swing 50 times. We swing 500 times. We go into lunch. We go, you know, kind of get a little neck massage and go out and swing. We just kill that tree that first day. And guess what on the second day? We don't want to see that tree again. We don't want to see the axe. You see, we overestimate what we can do in one day, and we underestimate what we can do in many days. And you're better to do a little bit for many days than a lot for one day. And the rule of 5 is, there's a law of consistency, is just absolutely life-changing. Once you begin to understand it, you don't need to be brilliant. You don't need to swing the axe all day. You just need to every day do 5 things. Every day.